Voter apathy has become a growing issue in UK politics. Recent general elections have showed a steady drop in turnout. But why is this? Well, to find out, we need to take a little trip back in time.
Watch the hits here clogging up in the little hit box. The first one we're going for is Plymouth Sutton, then Exeter, you can see just beyond it there. There goes Exeter.
Quigg, Stephen, Labour Party, 20,507.
A truly terrible night for the Conservatives.
Just devastation everywhere.
The new dawn has broken, has it not?
In 1997, the Labour Party won a landslide victory in the UK's general election. New Labour didn't just win the election, they appeared to pull the carpet from underneath the Conservative Party with speed and ferocity. Tony Blair's Labour Party won 418 of the parliamentary seats in the House of Commons, the most any ever held by a single party, leaving the Conservatives with just 165. The outgoing Prime Minister, John Major, promptly resigned as the Tory leader, saying,
"The curtain falls, it's time to get off the stage, and that is what I propose to do."
The public had spoken, but this historic victory also signalled something else. Voter turnout was recorded as the lowest for 62 years. Only 71.4% of the electorate turned out to elect a new government. This statistic didn't quite spell out disaster though. In 1983, a 72% turnout secured another Conservative win, but it would appear that the 97 result set a devastating precedent. Turnout significantly dropped in 2001 and 2005, and in the wake of May's election, many analysts have started to focus on its possible turnout. So what happened in 2001 and 2005? Well, the 2001 general election recorded yet another low voter turnout. In fact, it was the lowest since 1918, a period when many people were returning from the battlefields of Europe. Only 58.4% turned out to vote in 2001. And in 2005, an improvement was made, although this was by no means impressive. Just 61% voted, a staggering 10% less than 1997, the year some would argue as the catalyst for the string of low turnouts. Since 2005, Parliament's been on the receiving end of continuous scandal and opposition, with frequent headlines including MPs' expenses, economic recession, and casualties in the Afghanistan war. But will these minor details affect turnout? Well, one lady who celebrated an election victory with a solid turnout thinks it could be an insignificant factor. Falmouth and Camborne MP Julia Goldsworthy thinks turnout could reflect people's desire for change.
Figures out today reveal the economy's decline has slowed.
Britain limped out of recession last month.
John Prescott has claimed thousands of pounds in parliamentary expenses for repairs.
Michael Ancram claimed more than £14,000 a year for gardening.
We'll find out whether or not the MP's expenses scandal has had an impact on turnout after the election, and there's certainly a lot of speculation about what impact it will have now. What is interesting about this election from a psychological point of view will be between parties. So although the whole system has been implicated in the expenses scandal, I do wonder whether some groups of voters will be more deterred than others. So for example, it will be interesting to see whether Labour voters are less motivated than Conservative voters. So it may be one factor in affecting turnout, but equally I would imagine that Conservative voters more generally are likely to be more motivated if they feel that there's a prospect of them making significant gains.
As a member of the Labour Party and parliamentary candidate for Falmouth and Truro, Dr. Charlotte Mackenzie knows all about the current government. But how does she see the issue of turnout at this May's election?
The challenge actually in getting people out to vote for all the parties at the moment is the absolute disillusion that a lot of people still feel about the MP's expenses scandal, and a lot of people, are saying that they are undecided but who to vote for, but also undecided whether they will vote this time. All of the parties, I think, face a challenge to get their vote out and to say, look, we're actually looking to create a new government and a fresh start, and the problems were with some MPs across all parties.
So why have people become so reluctant to vote? A survey carried out by the National Centre for Social Research has discovered how problems fall down to a lack of trust. It also discovered how many people feel politicians no longer put their constituents first.
They put themselves first and never think of the people who voted for them. Why should I vote for that?
People are more inclined to judge a member of parliament if they feel their needs haven't been met or trust has been breached. And the clearest way of doing this is not voting at all. Compared to the 1990s, fewer people feel it's their duty to vote. And with party policy accused of beginning to sound the same, identifying with one particular party has become near enough impossible. Because of this, fewer people are becoming less convinced politics is about the people it represents.
All the parties want is votes. They don't care who they represent.
So what have other countries done to eliminate the problem? Well, Australia has successfully achieved a consistently high turnout. The country operates a compulsory voting system, with turnout never usually dropping below 95%. As for all the abstainers, a fine is imposed similar in price to a parking ticket. And in Brazil, voting is only compulsory if you're aged between 18 and 70. Voting for illiterate people, 16 and 17-year-olds, and those over the age of 70 is voluntary. North Cornwall's Conservative candidate, Shan Flynn, thinks everything will turn out fine.
Sometimes the electorate just decides that nothing much is going to change and it doesn't feel like the right time. I think politics does go in cycles, and we've had a government that's been in power a long time that's looking very tired. I would be very surprised if turnout was not up.
Alison Park of the National Centre for Social Research agrees with Shan. She said, "The great advantage of 2010 compared to the last couple of elections is that the outcome isn't as obvious as it was last time round. You can expect that this would lead to more people voting because they think it's not quite so clear who's going to win."
A general election means one thing. It's your chance to decide who you want as your Member of Parliament. And the only way to make your opinion felt is by voting.